worms. It is Erica here with what could honestly be my 5th or 7th cup of coffee. No one's keeping track. Nobody. I've been drinking a lot of coffee and it's only 12:30. Look at my cup. Look at it if I can keep it on screen. It's a Top Gear cup. Ooh, how I love it. But this is probably my last time I'm ever going to get to use my poor Top Gear cup. I say my because I drink out of it every morning, but it's really not my cup. But I love this cup, not just because it houses my delicious coffeeness addiction and fulfills my cravings, but I love it because of this. That guy right there, the Stig. He's just the one who drives the cars around really fast, but it has these fun little sayings about the Stig, like, his voice can only be heard by cats. He can catch fish with his tongue. That's a handy trait. If you were like lost on a deserted island with this guy, he would be your new best friend. Because that is handy. He has a webbed buttocks. That is sex. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about coffee or things like that because in my last mini post, which was just the other day, 2 mini posts in 1 week. What is happening? What is happening? I'll tell you, there's just crap everywhere. Like boxes and bags and clothes and shoes and books and garbage and bags everywhere. I've already said bags, but there's a lot of freaking bags. Which all of this can only mean one thing. It's moving day! Well, actually tomorrow is. Because of this, that entails that with casual vacancy, I haven't put a dent in it. I'm sorry. I've been slacking. I'm about like a quarter of the way into it, and I will say it is a very different type of novel. I will give my full review on it once I finished it. At the moment, I just have like too much going on. Pretty much after we move all our stuff tomorrow into the new flat, we leave to go down to Southampton because I have my last 2 wedding appointments. Oh, I'm so excited. And I say I have it because it's hair and makeup. So while down there, I'm probably going to get a bit of reading done. That's pretty much what's happening this weekend. Bear with me. I'm hopefully going, after these 2 meetings are done and we're back, I'm going to do a bit more reading because there's nothing else to really do. In other news of my life, my fiance started up a new workout routine thingy. And because, well, I don't really do anything else, I thought I would join in on it. If you guys are looking to get fit, or you're looking just to, exercise a bit more, or you're looking to really slim down, maybe, I'm going to recommend a certain DVD to you. I give you, insanity! Yeah, it speaks for itself. It is insane. It does kick your ass royally. And I don't think I've ever actually yelled at my computer screen. Die. I hate you. I hope you have a heart attack, Sean T. That's that guy right there, the scary guy. I mean, it's a fun workout, though. It really does kick your ass, because we've been doing it since about August 28th, and I've lost about 5.5 pounds. Madness! Yes. That's a fun one to do. I do enjoy it. It is expensive. It was about 99 pounds for us, but it comes with like 10 DVDs, and it comes with this fun calendar with this little fit test, so by month 2, you should be all ripped. That's what's been going on in Erica's world. Be prepared because I will have casual vacancy done eventually. Give it about another week, and it should be done. Because I promise, I will buckle down and I will force myself to read it, unless if it is anything like City of Dark Magic. Then I might cry on the inside and find J.K. Rowling and kill her. No, not kill her, just beat her. In other news, I have decided to join NaNoWriMo, which is the National Novel Writing Month. Basically, it starts November 1st and ends November 30th, and you have that time frame of 30 days to write a novel of 50,000 words. I'm amped for this because I wanted to do it last year, but when I discovered it, it was already like mid-November. Ever since I mentioned it in my last post, I've been getting asked a lot of questions about my writing, either here or on my writing site or on Facebook or Twitter, because apparently you can message people on Twitter. Anyways, writing wise, because I'm talking about the NaNoWriMo. So I've kind of broken these questions down into 5 W's. The 5W writing questionnaire. Woo! We have the who, what, where, when, and why. So let's go. Of who do I write for? Who or whom do I write? Who inspires me? Who is my favorite author? There's probably a whole bunch of other who questions I could do, but those are the main ones. So let's start with the first one of who do I write for? I write for me. Nobody else. I know that sounds selfish, but I found that's the best way, because if you try to write for someone else to please them, it never works out in your favor. Never. So I write for me. Who or whom do I write? This one was very confusing because this was an actual legit question. Who do I write? And I don't know if they meant like, do I take real life people and put them in my stories, or what? But I don't take real life people or their names. I do tend to take some traits though and kind of stick them in some of my characters. Who inspires me? This one would be better in the what category, but I was asked who inspires me. And there's not a single person I can think of that really inspires me. And I know that's sad. I mean, I'm going to transfer that one into the what category. So, who is my favorite author? That's not fair. There's so many. So many. J.K. Rowling, Ian Banks, Jonathan Strode, Cassandra Clare, Libba Bray, Wendy Wallace. There's so many. The list will go on. So now we're into the what category. Woo! And before I forget, this one is the what inspires me. Everything inspires me. Woo! I really like weather. That I find that very inspiring. I don't know why. Like if it's raining or thunderstorming, I get in like this creative little mood and have a go at it. Music also really helps. I tend to listen to the Sweeney Todd soundtrack. What do I write? I write whatever I want. It's mainly young adult fantasy, to be specific. I have a few contemporary little things. I have a lot of short stories, so I write short stories. I write novels. I do not write poetry. I used to, and then it kind of like died inside of me. I can't do it anymore. What is my favorite thing to write with? You know, like computer, my laptop. Although I have learned the hard way to back everything up constantly because I have a tendency to kill my laptops. Not on purpose, it just happens. I still prefer to write on pad and paper. Where? Where do I write? I write anywhere except for in front of a TV. I can't focus in front of a TV. I don't know anyone who can. Apart from that, I can write anywhere. I really like writing, like when I lived back in America at my parents' house, I could sneak out my window and sit on the roof, and I would write there. I like writing at night. Where can you find my work? You can find my work on my personal Facebook, or you can find it at figment.com. The link is below. That is where you can find most of my works. When do I write? I don't have a specific time. I kind of write when I feel like it. I do try for at least 3 times a week, though. I find specific writing times, like, oh, I'm going to write exactly at noon, to be kind of like a writer's block because you know it's coming up. And while you're sitting there writing, you're kind of thinking in your head, I have this and this and this to do. However, with this NaNoWriMo coming up, I do have to set a specific writing time. Why do I write? I write because it is a form of expression for me. I am not very good at portraying emotions physically or emotionally. I kind of built up this weird little wall where if something bothers me or upsets me, I take that emotion and I put it in a box, and then I lock that box, and then I take that box and I put it in a closet, and then I leave the closet and lock the closet. And then I come back and deal with it at a later time when I have time to actually deal with it and the energy. So most of the time, no, they don't get dealt with. I mean, I do show happiness and excitement anger. God may help you if you see that one. Writing is the best way for me to kind of portray those and get rid of some of those boxes and clean my closet. Those are my 5 W's. Now that you can see my hand, I do have little bits and pieces of my writing I'm going to talk to you guys about, and that is on Figment if you guys want to go and check them out. My first one on Figment is the first short story I've ever written in my life, and it's not that short. It's called Through the Eyes of the Skinny, and it deals with anorexia. The next one is Lucifer's Angel, which was part of a novel I was working on when I was about 15. The next one is How Long? Again, another bit of a novel that I've pretty much hacked apart and just taken and warped. It deals with vampires, and that was before Twilight. So I might actually go back and make it into a novel and actually have my vampires be evil and kill people. The next one is The Bracelet, and that is a flash fiction. It was a writing prompt. It had to be under a certain number of words, and voila, there you have it. The next one is The Soulless, and that was based off a nightmare, and it's kind of working up to a novel that I've started working on. And then we have The Unseen Eyes, which was my third novel I attempted when I was 16. I had a lot of ideas when I was younger, but it deals with stalking. The next one is The Deafening Tick, and this one was submitted into a contest. It was a writing prompt, and I finished it the night before the deadline because I had a nightmare. The next one is one I cannot pronounce to save my life because it's Irish, and although I'm Irish, I don't speak it. It is Maledicta Gartia. That is probably not even remotely close to what it's supposed to sound like, but in Irish it means second vision. It's basically, and I'm turning this one into a novel, and I might warp it with The Soulless. It's this girl has second visions, and she gets kind of thrown down, and when Alice goes through her rabbit hole and it's just colors and falling, she kind of goes through that, and then when she hits the ground, she's in another body. The person is about to be murdered, so she experiences the murder, and then at the very end she sees the victim, and she has the chance to save them, but she always fails. But this time it's someone personal. The next one is Limbo, based off another nightmare. Basically, this girl's just stuck in limbo, and there's hands coming out of the walls grabbing her. And the next one is Hell Hath No Fury. This one deals with abortion and a woman losing her mind. The next one is Under 500, which I love this one because it is every writer's frustration towards a crazy small word limit. The next one is Web of Lies. This one was submitted into a contest and it won! Woo! It deals with a young girl who keeps a secret from her parents, and it has dire consequences. The next one is Lost Abroad. This was another contest piece. The final one is currently in a short contest, and it is called Shattered Illusions, and it deals with the Victorian era, and instead of a female perspective, it's through a male's, and he doesn't know it at the time, but he's in an insane asylum, and all his memories and everything are built around this teacup, and he has this illusion of where he's at, and when the teacup breaks, so does the illusion. So now we're going into my novels, and we have The Exchange, which is about a young girl from Florida who flies over to England to do a study abroad type thing for college. She stays with a host family who are the people who just kind of watch after her, and she starts learning about their dark secrets and their son's dark secrets and so on and so forth, and then lives get put in danger. It's slowly being added up because I'm kind of editing it as I go. The next novel is The Hunted, which is what I'm currently working on. I have the first chapter up. I am stuck on the rest. Those are my works that are up. I'm hoping to add a few more up. There's a lot of good Figment writers and authors, and you guys should go check them out because why? It's awesome. So follow my links. Follow them! For instance, I've been hooked on Rose Brown, and her story is The Mortician's Boy. I really like this one. It's kind of got the creepiness to it, but a humor with it as well. It's kind of this young guy. He takes pictures of dead people with their families, so it's kind of giving the family like a last memory. And the beginning of the story, his day is going completely wrong because he's taking this photograph of a young girl, and she falls onto her mother, and oh, it's just horrible. But I do enjoy it. It's funny, it has its moments, it's got the creepiness to it. I really do enjoy it. So that link is below. Follow it, read it. The next one is Lyric Mira Brand, and her story is The Supernaturalist. I haven't gotten very far into this one, but I really do enjoy it. And with Rose Brown, she and we did a swap, which is she read and reviewed one of my works, and I returned the favor, and that's how I got hooked on The Mortician's Boy. With Lyric, I happened to come across it and just started reading it on a whim. The next one is by S. Deacon, and it's a short story called Collecting Eggshells. Basically, it is this woman wakes up and she finds a basket full of eggshells outside her door. And she starts opening them up and cooking them, but there's a certain one she opens and it kind of changes everything, and it kind of makes it look like she's hallucinating, but she's not hallucinating, and it's kind of cool how the eggs are symbolizing something completely different than what they are, and it's a really powerful short story. All these links are below. Check out their other works as well. You can join Figment if you're a writer yourself and post up your own work and come follow me and join me and ask me to read and review your work because I happily will. For NaNoWriMo, I'm looking at coming up with a whole new idea, so we will see. That is all I have for you guys today. I need to finish packing. I'm gonna go do that. I'm going to probably go make myself another cup of coffee and enjoy it. I love my coffee. I love it. I just need a coffee maker and have real coffee. When you guys see me next, there will be a different background. Because I'll be in my new place. Woo! And hopefully a bookcase because my books are on the floor and it makes me sad. Until then, my bookworms, keep reading, look into Figment stories, follow me, subscribe, Facebook me, Twitter, Book Depository. Do Book Depository because they ship your books free worldwide. Woo! Until next time, you guys, happy reading!